Good evening and thank you for joining us for WJCL 22 News at 6. I'm Brooke Butler. Love is in the air this Valentine's Day, and so is a cold, bitter rain. Downtown Savannah, Richmond Hill, Pooler, and Bluffton, everyone seeing something today. And we're expecting to see even more rain tonight, and there's a chance for severe weather tomorrow. So let's get straight to our meteorologist, Victoria Coquinos. Victoria, what can we expect?
Thankfully for the rest of the evening, rain is finally starting to taper off just a little bit. But as we head into Monday, we do have a severe impact day ahead as a strong line of thunderstorms move in tomorrow night. And that's going to bring us a risk for severe weather. And after that, we do have a rainy week ahead. Unfortunately, rain is in the forecast almost every single day leading up into the weekend. But with that, we do have some warmer temperatures as well. So right now, look at Storm Tracker radar. That rain is finally starting to taper off, move over coastal waters, areas inland, getting some dry time, though it's still pretty cloudy out there. Definitely a dreary Valentine's Day. As we go throughout the evening, a few showers are still possible, about a 20% chance of rain. Heading overnight tonight, temperatures won't drop too much. We'll stay around 44 degrees by 1 a.m., mostly cloudy skies. Again, a few hours of dry time. Thankfully, we haven't had that in a while, but as we head into tomorrow morning, starting off around 43 degrees by 7 a.m., we have a 20% chance for some spotty showers early tomorrow morning, but that severe threat won't come until we lead into the evening hours for tomorrow. So by tomorrow morning, you should have an easy commute to work, maybe some standing water on the road still, but as we head into tomorrow afternoon and into the evening, you need to have a way to receive alerts straight to your phone. We do have a severe impact day once again, Monday from about 6 p.m. from our inland areas to about Tuesday at 2 a.m. We do have the potential for some strong to severe storms as that line moves through. Now, gusty winds are a threat as well, and tornadoes are possible as we head through the evening hours for tomorrow. So we'll continue to keep you updated. Again, have a way to receive alerts to your phone, and I do more details coming up in my full weather. Brooke.
Victoria, thank you. A small earthquake was reported last night outside Charleston. A 2.1 magnitude quake happened in Somerville just after 8 p.m. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, in recent decades, smaller earthquakes that cause little or no damage have been felt roughly once a year in coastal South Carolina and a small part of adjacent Georgia. Right now, a community in Screven County is on high alert after an armed robbery suspect escaped from the county jail. 38-year-old Frederick Lamont Jones vanished at around 10 p.m. Saturday. Deputies are now urging people on Buttermilk Road and in the Quail Hollow area to be on the lookout after possible sightings. Authorities say Jones was reported to still be wearing his orange jumpsuit. If you see him or have information on his whereabouts, call the sheriff's office. A reward is being offered. Savannah police say a shooting last night has turned deadly. Officers were called to an apartment complex in the 11,000 block of White Bluff Road at around 9:30. They found 24-year-old Freddie Wallace suffering from gunshot injuries. He later died. Police are looking for two men seen fleeing the scene, and right now they do not believe the shooting was random. Former President Trump has been acquitted of charges regarding the Capitol siege, but the fallout continues tonight as Democrats and Republicans remain divided on yesterday's results. And now some Republicans who voted to convict the former president are facing backlash. Here's Alex Frichet.
Former President Donald Trump acquitted of the single article of impeachment, incitement of insurrection.
He is hereby acquitted of the charge.
House Manager Stacey Plaskett on CNN defending the decision not to call witnesses.
Listen, we didn't need more witnesses. We needed more senators with spines.
7 Republicans broke ranks, joining every Democrat in voting guilty. Some of those Republicans now facing backlash. Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy has been censored by his state's GOP.
I'm attempting to hold President Trump accountable, and that is the trust I have from the people that elected me. And I am very confident that as time passes, people will move to that position.
Lead impeachment manager Jamie Raskin telling NBC this was the most bipartisan impeachment conviction vote in American history.
He's obviously a major political problem for the Republican Party, and as long as he's out there attempting to wage war on American constitutional democracy, he's a problem for all of us.
But the vote was still short of the 2/3 necessary to convict. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who voted to acquit, delivered this blistering rebuke, placing the blame squarely on Trump.
There's no question. None. That President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day. No question about it.
Some lawmakers now say they would support the creation of a 9/11-style independent commission to investigate the attack on the Capitol.
There must be a full commission, an impartial commission, not guided by politics, but filled with people who would stand up to the courage of their conviction.
South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham says he spoke with Trump after his acquittal last night. He says the former president has no plans of leaving the Republican Party and is looking forward to the midterm elections.
And I said, Mr. President, this MAGA movement needs to continue. We need to unite the party. Trump plus is the way back in 2022. He's mad at some folks, but I understand that. My goal is to win in 2022, to stop the most radical agenda I've seen coming out of the Democratic presidency of Joe Biden.
Graham says he plans to visit Trump in Florida next week. Right now, the Fulton County District Attorney is examining Graham's November call with Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Raffensperger says Graham questioned if he had the power to reject illegal absentee ballots. This investigation is part of the DA's probe for Trump's phone call with election officials. Tonight, vaccine rollout continues across the country. But what happens if you don't get that second dose on time? We spoke to a local doctor for answers. This is Diane Shepard, a former healthcare worker who recently got her first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Do I need to come sit there? Yeah, that would actually be awesome.
Shepard says she's getting vaccinated for two reasons.
Anything that I can do to protect my health so my children don't feel responsible if something happens to me, and also to protect other people.
After getting her first dose, Shepard went ahead and made an appointment to get her second.
Yay!
But what happens if she can't make it to that appointment?
The CDC has recommended a window that allows really up to 6 weeks of delay that they would recommend targeting.
Pfizer recommends getting their second dose 21 days after the first. Meanwhile, Moderna recommends waiting 28 days. Dr. Thacker with Memorial Health tells us if you don't get your vaccine on time, it's better late than never.
The real answer is that, as soon as you can get your second dose, even if you're past that 21-day mark, you should get it. You don't have to restart your series.
Dr. Thacker says the second dose creates further immune response, driving up the concentration of antibodies in your blood, which is why that second dose is so important.
The higher the concentration of the antibodies against this virus in the blood, the more protected you are.
That's why Shepard says she plans on making sure her schedule stays clear so she can get that second dose on time. Brooke Butler, WJCL 22 News. Now here's a look at the latest coronavirus case numbers locally. In Georgia, more than 1,700 people tested positive for COVID-19. This is the first time this week cases were under 2,000. South Carolina added more than 2,700 new cases today. DHEC's latest numbers are from Friday. This is the highest daily total of new cases reported this week. Despite the rain and the pandemic, love is still in the air this Valentine's Day. Coming up, how one local museum is providing a safe space for couples to tie the knot.
And I'm tracking the potential for severe weather tomorrow. Details and timing coming up in your certified most accurate forecast.